What's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome back to Tilted Podcast. This is episode, I believe, 16 or something like that now. We've been rolling pretty solid the last couple weeks. It was a great week for college. A lot of changes, a lot of uh-ohs, and Alabama not making it. But we'll get to that right now, guys.
Ready to roll.
So let's talk about it, right? I mean, first, before we get to college, because that's a long conversation, we got to dabble a little bit in the MLB, right? There's been some craziness going on. Juan Soto, Max Fried. Like, let's hear it. Let's talk about it. Who wants to start this off?
Well, there's latest and greatest in Brad's home. I almost said hometown. Brad's city right now in Houston. That was a shocker, dude. I did not expect Kyle Tucker.
So they've been talking about it locally for a few days. The winter meetings is when it really picked up nationally. But I mean, Jim Crane just doesn't give long-term contracts out, and Tucker's young and pretty much deserves a long-term contract with how he's produced. So he just doesn't give contracts like that out traditionally. So I think the big question and what they were talking about on the radio when I was driving home was, getting, Parade is in the deal. Traditionally plays third, he can play first, but is that the answer? That are they already telling telling Houston fans that Bregman's not coming back as well?
Yeah, that's another one. I forgot that he was still out there. What's the latest on him? I heard his name being kicked around with the Yankees, but I think everyone's name will be.
They've talked Yankees, Red Sox.
Those two teams are gonna be in the mix in every single play.
Yeah, there's some there's more than that, but Detroit's been floated, right, for him to go back and play with Hinch. So I mean, it feels kind of like the beginning of a rebuild, right? You're not really sure. They got some decent pieces. Cam Smith is a young talented guy that plays third as well. And I think they got Wisniewski, a young pitcher. But interesting, man. Houston fans are gripping a little bit, man, which I understand.
Good. Yeah, they deserve it, dude. So Sasaki's officially posted. He can commit to signing at any point, right? He just can't officially sign until like the 15th or something like that of January.
Yeah, basically he's got a window until January 23rd. So
to agree.
To agree,
so it can come
right?
Down any day.
They're saying he's gonna wait until January 15th because he wants to be a part of the 2025 international amateur signing period, which is kind of weird. It's different periods, like the money changes, right? There's a switch over from last year's international money to this year, and he's not going to get a lot either way, but it does kind of allow other teams to have a little more money, to be in play. But I would expect between that 15th and the 23rd is when we'll see it.
Yeah, wish it was sooner rather than later. I was talking to Kyle today about Max Fried. What do you make of that? I mean, 8 years for a pitcher kind of scares me, but I also feel like they kind of got a deal on him because if he's a stud pitcher in 4 years, that price is higher than that. They got him at I think 27 a year. What do you make of that length of that deal for him and the amount of money? It seems like a pretty good deal for the Yanks.
It's just the new baseball, man. Right? These young guys, if they've produced and proven it, they're going to get these long-term deals, man. I mean, it's insane, but he's young, he's gifted, he's produced. So I think they said he's going to be the highest paid lefty contract ever, is what I heard.
Yeah, I think that's true.
So
yeah, I don't know. And obviously the big elephant in the room, as every year goes by, I just don't like this guy even more and more. But Juan Soto, like, I am blown away that the Yankees were as close as they were, and he decided to go with.
I heard something on that. Supposedly, his friends and family had gotten kicked out of a Yankees game 2 different times for incidences that happened based on fans reacting to them being his family. and shit and talking to them or whatever, and they reacted, so they got kicked out of the game because of it. Yeah, he was not a fan of how the security handled the situation. Happened twice. One time, whatever, that happens. The second time, they're like, come on, like.
And then that makes sense because what I heard is that the now granted the internet, who knows what's right and what's wrong, but as the Yankees would not give him his family a suite at Yankee Stadium, whereas the Mets did. So maybe he was like, I don't mind playing here, but we got to get my family away from all those crazy fuckers that like to steal the balls from Mookie Betts and shit like that.
Yeah,
maybe,
that's
maybe that was a sticking point. Which, you know what? I guess if your family's in a position to deal with those asshole fans, I don't blame them.
It's crazy, man. They paid all that money for a guy who can't play outfield. You better be their DH because that motherfucker can't play outfield. There's like a 5-minute long video of him in the playoffs in the outfield, and it's not very good.
Yeah, he's got a good arm, but he definitely doesn't have good angles.
He cannot fucking track a ball for nothing.
Yep.
What do you
fun,
think this
man.
means
I love
for
this
Alonso?
time of the year, man.
You think Pete Alonso is gonna be back in New York?
I think there's a good shot. I think it's the exact same teams in on him. Mets.
Red Sox, Yankees.
Red Sox, Yankees. He's gonna get paid, man.
I'd like one of these guys. You never hear this kind of shit when you're like thinking about these high end guys. You never hear like, oh, the Indians are in on him, or the Guardians, excuse me. The Guardians are in on him, like Orioles are in on him, like I just want one of these teams to step up and spend some money.
See, the Orioles are bothering me, man. The Orioles should be doing something, man.
They should.
They got young talent. They should be playing for something, but it doesn't feel like they're going to do anything major. I don't know. We'll see. Corbin, I think Corbin wanted to play for the Dodgers. He's a Bakersfield guy, man. He's grown up going to Dodger Stadium. His family goes a ton. I think
maybe he'll sign with the Angels if the Dodgers aren't in on him.
Potentially. I don't know. I think he wants to win, though. I think he wants to win. So
Horton out of left field. Let me see if anything on the Twitter sphere here of Corbin Burns.
See, and then the other big talk right now is Arenado. They were trying to rumor, but I think they've come out the last few days and made it clear that they're not in. I don't think they're going to be a team that. I mean, what are they going to do with Muncy? I don't know, right? It's
supposedly
they
came out.
Glue guy.
The GM came out and said Muncy will be their starting third baseman.
Yeah, I think it was their way of letting everybody know we're not trading for Arenado. It's not happening.
Word on the street here is the Giants for Corbin Burns.
I mean, it makes sense, man. He's a Cali guy.
Yeah. Or the Blue Jays. Those are the two teams that I'm seeing on Twitter right now.
Blue Jays are rumored in on everybody, man, and nobody is signing there.
Nobody wants to fucking go play in Canada.
Nobody wants to go there, man.
Yeah. I like that team too. I like that shortstop, and I like Vlad and those guys, but I want anytime you could beef up and go against the Yankees, I'm with it. Orioles, Blue Jays, I would love to see one of those guys. It's true. Hey, is Cody a free agent too? Cody Bellinger?
He's there. I think he's up for trade is one of the things. He was one of the ones potentially going to get traded. I think he's got like 1 year, but it's like a really shaky deal. I think he's going to get traded, but he wasn't a part of the trade today. There was rumor that he was going to be one of the guys.
Oh, this one almost got me, dude. Jeff Passan. There's a fake account from him on Twitter. And I checked it. There's only 400 followers. I'm like, yeah, that's not true. But it had Bregman to the Yankees for 7 years, 198 million.
I love it. He's gonna be close to that 200 million. He is. He's gonna be right there in that area. Gonna be crazy, man. I love this time of the off season. I'm nervous, right? Kike and some other guys we got to get re-signed.
Yeah, that's the big one right now.
We'll just see, man.
Like,
Did you guys see the picture he put out in the Astros uniform?
Yes, I know that's where he was drafted by, but God.
I know. So we'll just see. He's a glue guy, man. We got to have him back. So
yeah.
Or I'd like to see him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then Teo.
Yeah.
We're waiting on Teo. We'll just see.
Yeah, I really want him too. The one trade we slipped up on and was Devin Williams from the Brewers to the Yankees today.
Today. Yep.
And Nasty Nestor went over to Milwaukee. Nestor Cortez, never to be seen again after the Freddie home run.
I don't know if you guys have been able to hear me this whole time.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's weird. It showed my microphone was muted, unfortunately, for the stream, so it's okay. so for a solid 11 minutes, nobody got to hear me at all.
Oh, that's all right, dude.
It's not like I said.
Turn it up right now. Get it going.
Yeah. So how about them Niners?
Oh no! Let's not get going. Let's get to pro football later on.
Hey, I got to give Horton a little bit of credit. We talked this morning. Last night. It was late last night, and he goes, "I'm excited for the podcast tomorrow." Only thing I say about the Niners, it's over. I don't want to talk about
it's over, dude. Like
you get to a point where like you want to talk about them, and just like I want to talk about the Raiders because you get so passionate about it, and then I know there's certain people that will watch this and like you will get under Chris Ham's skin big time. And I got people that'll comment and whatnot, but it's also like, dude, what can I say? Don't talk to me till like March when free agency starts. Then we'll talk. Until then, the Raiders are done.
The only thing I'll say about them is I want to applaud the organization for suspending and basically removing Campbell from their roster. Thank you as a fan.
Yeah, I heard it. Did they suspend him or did they cut him?
They suspended him, and I believe they're going to be able to fine him. The team can fine him, and I think the league can fine him, and that's what they're probably going to do.
Conduct detrimental to the team.
Did you hear about this, Brad?
It's a joke, man. It's ridiculous.
Who the hell walks off dude? Trent Williams.
The whole thing.
Travarius Ward had kids die this year. Children, babies.
Pearsall got shot.
Unborn. Yep. Pearsall got shot. They're on the field fighting.
And dude's walking off.
This dude's butthurt because one of the better linebackers in the league comes back.
Is back.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking.
If anything, he should be like, cool, this is an addition to our defense. We can work well together.
He just signed off his contract.
Some people just don't have it, man. So I know we're going to get into college right now. We were going to potentially give our predictions, but I think it's better if we hold off on that and maybe have a college football predictor next week. But talking about college football, I'm going to pass this one right to Brad.
Man, I just cannot believe this shit. I know you guys were just...
Which one are you talking about? What are we talking about?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, yeah.
College football.
Hey, that guy.
I don't even know, like, how do you even process that?
That guy's going to be sitting on somebody's couch, bro.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine. In all reality, right? He's pretty much been ran out of pro football, which is really odd. He's a hell of a coach, right? The guy's a freaking genius. No NFL team will hire him, which is really odd. I don't understand that. Last year he should have been hired. North Carolina.
That's where ACC. It's wide open.
I fucking love it.
That's his alma mater, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I know, and that's what I love. It is.
I know his dad coached there, right? I don't know if that was his alma mater or if that's where
he's just been connected. I don't know if it's
he's connected to it. Connected somehow.
The rumor is his son's going to get to follow him up right? That's part of the deal, the rumor. I don't think they're going to flat out put that out there. But I just cannot. I love it, man. He loves the game so much. One of the things I thought about when I heard it, it's like, everybody talks about how tight he is with Nick, right? And Nick walks away from the game, and everything I see and feel and hear from Nick is it's the way the NIL and everything changed, right? He just didn't like it, and I want to know what their conversation was, because that's one of the guys that Bill called, right? So, um, I just would love to know the conversation, and I know that Nick's like, man, you're crazy, but Bill Belichick is coaching college football.
I got a
I don't
teammate.
even. There we go. There we go.
I think honestly, I think one of the more fascinating things about college ball right now, and you're seeing it now, you just seen it with with North Carolina, you've seen it with Stanford, is that
The
you're
general
actually
manager.
getting like general manager type roles within. I'm sure you heard about that, right, Horton? You got Andrew Luck is now the general manager of Stanford football.
Stanford.
Yeah, I heard
And
about all this.
Mike Lombardi, who Max Crosby's not the biggest fan of. Got to get my Raider plug in there. But like he is now the general manager with North Carolina. It would not surprise me at all, Brad, if you've seen Saban come back in some type of that role. In some way, in some maybe like advisory role with Bill in some way, or something. I could totally see that. I do expect Matt Patricia to be there with them. I expect his son to be there with them, and I bet my little Raider guy Josh McDaniels rears his ugly head at some point too in that organization. That would just be my guess, but
so we're
it's
Wild,
gonna be interesting.
Wild.
So
So
we're
the
not.
weird thing is, it's only a 5-year contract, but only the first 3 years are guaranteed. And they were talking
Yeah.
about how short that is for a college coach, right? Like, how does that affect um, recruiting and other things, right? What are the kids going to think about that? And I heard Lombardi kind of talking about it, about the recruiting and NIL and the transfer portal, and he described it right. We're going to break down every player, and we're kind of looking at it as two groups of people. We're going to have young kids that come in that were more in development, and who would they want to be developed by more than Belichick, right? That makes sense, right? And then we're going to have the kids that we're going to fill a team based on what we need right now. It's going to be a brand new team, and pretty much every position's open, and they've doubled the NIL money for him, right? So I think he's going to have a shot, man. Kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean the ACC's wide open.
No doubt.
Like if they get the right mix of players and they start getting the transfer portal in and stuff like that, yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
I know
it.
it's, and we're gonna pop over to NFL real quick, and I know it's been rumored or not, but it was just confirmed on Twitter that Randy Moss has cancer.
Yeah, I did see that.
Isn't it something? It's liver or something. Well, we can't go straight. Yeah.
Something in his eye. I'm just it's just kind of popping through the phone out. He had something in his eye, but yeah, man.
And
One of the greatest right there. So
I had heard rumors something with his liver too. So I don't know. Hopefully that's not true. Hopefully it's something within the eye. They can get it taken care of, man. It's horrible, man.
Are we wanting to
chemotherapy?
Are we wanting to go through our old before we jump to NFL? Are we wanting to go through our
old?
Oh,
dude, if you have them, I would love them.
Before we start though, I know we need to discuss.
Yeah, let's talk about the playoff and
let's just talk about the bracket real quick, because it needs to be addressed. I never even sent a text to you guys after it was all unveiled, right? Like, I was pretty confident. I told Logan leading into it, I'm like, man, they're going to take SMU. They just are. They're not going to back them out that far, as much as I want them to. My only problem with it, honestly, as a Bama fan, is just overall they didn't play nobody. As fans of, you're in the same situation as fans of a team that are in a big conference that play tough teams through the year, right? It's like, what is the reward now, right? Are you actually going to schedule just completely soft, right? Like, Alabama plays Wisconsin, and they're always alternating in a Big Ten team. This year was Wisconsin. What are you going to do now, right? Like, if this is what it's going to come down to, and it's purely record, you're just going to schedule softer, right? And that's what the Alabama AD said. That's what other people are saying, and I do think that's going to happen over time. Um, it's a new
Well,
thing, right? So it's odd, but like I know that if you put SMU to play the schedule that Alabama played this year, what's their
they'd have
record look
5
like?
losses. Probably
Right? They have
4
at least 4
losses.
or 5 losses, right? So that's where it gets really weird for me. And I get Alabama blew it, right? They should have won. So that's where I'm kind of like they don't deserve to be in. Um, but it could be the same thing if we're talking Ole Miss, right? Or South Carolina, right? Like I really feel like any of those teams should be in over SMU. Um,
Yeah.
with SMU having 2 losses in the conference they played in that's weak. And so that's my general thought. I think it needs to be addressed. I think the other thing that needs to be addressed with the college football playoff is the way the seeding is working. Um, with conference champions just getting 1 through 4, it's made for a really whacked out bracket. You've got some. I mean, Oregon gets completely screwed with the way it's set up, right? I mean, it should you should give them the liberty to pick the best 4 to set it up to where you have the best bracket. But looking at it, right, the way it goes, if you give the conference champions, the top 4, the way it slots, man, you're gonna have tough Big Ten teams, SEC teams that are down there, and then they're facing Oregon in the second round, right? Where Penn
Yeah.
State faces SMU and gets to go to Boise State. Boise State's tough, but that's not Oregon, right? And it just I don't know. So there's definitely some
Yeah,
things
I
they got to clean up. I don't like that, but it's new,
there's
so we'll
two
see.
there's 2 things that come into mind initially. Number one, I think an easy fix that I would like to see them fix next year, but I think it's possibly too late. They signed these deals a couple years out. Is I think you should reseed after every round. I don't if they're gonna do this 1 through 4 thing, that's fine. But I think you should reseed. And Oregon should get the lowest seed left, just like they do in the NFL. The NFL is not a true bracket system.
Yeah,
It's, hey,
this
you
is
got the number
fucked up the way it
number
is.
1 seed, 2 seed, and in the next round, Oregon would draw, let's say, the lowest seed remaining. So if Indiana were to beat Notre Dame and SMU were to lose and Clemson were to lose, they would get Indiana. They would not be getting Ohio State or Tennessee. Now,
Yeah,
there's a very, very good possibility that maybe number 9 Tennessee or number 8 Ohio State is the lowest seed left, and it is what it is. And then you could question the rankings all you want, but I definitely think they should reseed. But there is, I watched a video got over the summertime right before we started this podcast, and I shared it with Tyler. Um, Joel Klatt put a video out of a couple years from now. Once this, because I think they lock him into like term agreements with these type of formats.
they
So I
do.
think this is 2 years. I think they have the 12 teamer for 2 years. What they are anticipating happening, I think probably in 2026, is a 14 teamer. And what a 14 team playoff would look like, I think the first 2 teams get a bye,
Get a
and
bye.
I think the Big Ten and the SEC claim a certain amount of spots guaranteed. Big Ten champ and
Yeah,
SEC champ get number 1 and 2 seeds and something like that. I'm gonna find the video. I'll send it to you because I saw it over the summertime and he explains it all. I think that's and now when that happens, there's gonna be fuckery with that too, right? It's just gonna be weird, but it's one of those things where the big conferences that have all these, the Big Ten and the SEC that play all these major teams, they are gonna gain market share of that 14 team. I think by claiming at least 3, possibly 4 spots each out of those 14. I could be
yeah,
wrong, but it's something along those lines. And supposedly that's rumored to be coming through after the next season. So maybe 2026 season.
yeah, man. I just don't. The way this bracket is set up, this isn't how they want it. I know that they're looking at this going, man, this just did not work out the way. I don't know. I get trying to reward the conference champions, but I mean, do we really think Arizona State's better than like Texas?
Oh,
Do
not
we?
even
You know what I mean?
close.
Like I start looking at this
Yeah.
and I'm like, it just doesn't make Texas plays Clemson and Arizona State. I don't know, man. I just
Yeah.
don't
The
like the
only
way I don't like the way that they locked in those 4. I think that getting them in because they win their conference, totally agree. But reseed the whole damn thing from the beginning. Like not
Yeah,
just
that's true
not
too.
just like I get it after the first round, but they can get in guaranteed. I get it, but reseed the whole damn thing. I mean, Texas should have a bye over Arizona State and Boise State. I don't know.
Yeah,
So we could dig into that
I mean,
really, really
really,
deep,
really,
right?
you can make the argument that 5 and 6 deserve that bye over them.
Yeah,
Penn State's a 2-loss team,
for
but
sure.
they lost to Oregon and Ohio State. Like,
In the conference
and hell,
championship game.
they played Oregon way better than I thought. They had me nervous throughout that process a little bit last
But
week.
I know what they're
Whatever it
trying to
was.
avoid is 2 SEC, 2 Big Ten. That's what they're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Right. But if they're the better teams, that's who should get the bye. So that's my problem with the bracket. But it's first year, like we talked about, things are going to get adjusted over time. But that's my biggest problem. I mean, Alabama not getting in is a problem as far as compared to SMU, but it is what it is, man. I kind of
Yeah.
expected it. My biggest problem
Now,
this year with this bracket is the way it's set up.
question for both of you. If SMU finishes that game the way they started it, because they were down 17-0, 21-0, something along those lines, or 17-3. They were down by a lot. They were getting boat raced. If
They
they
don't make
lose
it.
42-10,
They don't
42-10, 42-14, 34-7, you think they slide out?
Yes.
They should.
Yeah.
That fourth
now-
quarter proved they deserve a chance.
I wish I could ask
They
the
were
committee.
playing Clemson.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know,
That's
but
the problem.
this is what they're trying to get away from. This is why the college football's doing this. They don't want Alabama to be in the playoffs every year and Georgia to be in the playoffs every year. And
So they
not
don't
give
want the
these,
best 12.
but it's not fair to
I
everybody
think
else.
they
It's not fair to all the other teams that just
But
because
it is.
their conference is a little less. So then just make two
Get
conferences.
fucking better. Don't we
Get-
all say, like, if you're not good enough, get fucking better?
But
Right?
but
This is like, here, let's penalize the team that plays really good teams. And the team that plays shitty all year long, let's just give it to them. No, man, come on.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break.
Here's the thing, Tyler. You can control the conference you're in. You can
can't.
control your game schedule. You can almost control your game schedule, who you agree to play and all that. Like, if you want to play the best and build yourself a great resume, you're going to have to take 2 or 3 of these games. There's also, like, you can make a point here, and just because I'm a Big Ten guy, I would rather see Alabama in instead of Penn State. Penn State was a 1-loss team, but did you look who they played? Like, I don't think they played another ranked team outside of Ohio State and obviously Oregon.
And look,
Like,
I said earlier, this isn't just about Alabama for me. It's the same thing with Ole Miss. It's the same thing in South Carolina, right? They're all better than SMU. It's not even close. So that's my overall, and it is what it is. So I appreciate the conference champion getting in, but fuck, man, they're going to start softening their schedules. You watch.
I don't
You
think
watch.
check it out.
I don't
They're
think
going to play more like Louisiana Monroe, right? Instead of Wisconsin.
and that's but here's the thing, we've got to remember, this is once again, like you said, it's the first year. So I think they judge these teams like they did when it was the old school way. They need to change how they rank them. If SMU's not going to play anybody ranked, you can go 14-0. You didn't play anybody valuable enough to put you in a position to have a chance. So that's how they need to schedule. They need to look at like based on that needs to be the real way they kind of break it down. I don't think they are.
I actually think they said the BCS profile, that model, Alabama would have gotten in over them.
That's
The
exactly
old model,
what I was going to tell you.
That's the problem I have is the old model, the one that they followed. Like if you follow strength of schedule and all the shit that they've always said matters,
It was the computer generated. It wasn't. It wasn't
Alabama was supposed to get in, but this is more. They're trying to come up with a new system, and that's where I have a problem. Like if they use the old system, Alabama's in. Clear.
Yeah.
So that's where it's really murky water. And I think the ADs and the people that are scheduling are saying, hold on, you said you're going to use pretty much the old parameters. You're just going to do conference champion and these other things, and we're going to expand. That's not what they did. They changed the way they evaluated. And
I,
it is
I
what it
think
is.
I think they need to eliminate the conference champions. I think they just need to go 1 through 12 and the top 12 make it.
Well,
If
then
you win,
SMU's yeah.
if you win your conference game, guess what? That boosts your resume to get there, and then they'll rank it based on that. So if the number 1 and the number 2 play each other in the conference championship, and the number 2 beats him, or vice versa, and they drop down multiple spots, they're still going to get in. But that gives an opportunity for a team that's like the number 8 versus the number 17, and the 17 wins. That should boost them up. They just beat the number 18. I don't like I think the 14 team's going to make sense. It'll be number 1 and number 2 getting buys, which should be how should be. And the rest of the teams.
And it will be locked into the big conferences. It'll be locked in. Big 10 and SEC get those buys automatically.
So I don't know. I feel like
I don't
like have the best teams.
I don't like the conferences getting a lock. I feel like if you remove that, it'll cause people to have to play outside their conference for another conference.
Here's the thing, Tyler. What you just said makes sense for the Big 12, the ACC, and the Mountain West Conference. The Big 10 and the SEC 100% should get a lock. They are the biggest, baddest, toughest conferences.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that.
Those two should 100%.
Well, I don't know if they get an I don't know if they get an automatic lock, right? If you have a year that Clemson's really good, like back in the past, right? They should get. So I don't know if you should say for sure lock. I'm kind of on
just
either side a little bit.
The
but
1 and 2,
both sides. I see both sides. Yeah.
The 1 and 2 get a bye, no matter what the ranking. That's it. But what I'm saying is to eliminate this. Oh, we want to play a weak schedule to get in. Get rid of the fucking conference, guarantee a spot, and just the top 12 make it. So then SMU's got to go play Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, and to build a resume to have an opportunity. Right now, like you said, that 5th spot is like, we'll just play a shitty fucking, schedule and hopefully get ranked in the top 12 or top, 20 and make it in. Nah, I don't.
And you know what? I appreciate SMU getting into a new conference and make a run. So I do think it's cool.
And Notre Dame,
Arizona State winning a brand new conference, right? It's pretty cool. I'll tell you one thing that's really bugging me about the bowl games, and it's not going to affect any of these teams because they're in it, and so nobody's going to leave. I know we're going to look back at preseason, but the transfer portal being open right now is out of control, and it's got to get fixed. They've got to fix the date. Everybody's talking about it. You have kids defecting everywhere before a bowl game. I get opting out. These kids have been doing it the last few years. It's frustrating as a fan. I'm happy to hear Jalen's playing, but
they need to be fine.
To have the transfer portal open before the bowl games are closed out makes no sense at all. I don't know what college football's doing.
I think it's just new.
It's a joke, man. It is such a joke. Oh, it is so frustrating as a college football guy to watch all these kids just defecting from all over the country, right? And then the frustrating part for me is knowing that 25% of them aren't going to fucking find a place to land. The way the number game works, right? It's just so stupid. They need to wait until the bowl games are over.
I think the only thing that I agree with on allowing a bowl game player to not play is if they're going into the NFL. Like they've locked it in. They're but once they do that, they can't double back. Oh no, I'm coming back to college. They've got to go to the NFL. Like once you lock into the NFL, because obviously you're going to a business agreement here. That's what we're doing. But I agree. It's super funny to me that you can just do what you want. I think there should be fines. Just like the NFL. You don't want to play, guess what? You get fucking fined $100,000. You get fined $50,000.
I think that's gonna come.
It's coming
after, because what's it, April this year when the revenue share thing gets announced and that's going to be agreed upon. When the college itself is physically giving you money to play for them, and then you're electing not to play for them, that's going to happen.
It's going to be a problem.
To get fined. It's going to be a major problem. There's going to be a payroll deduct or whatever based off per game that you're deciding not to play, all that. Because I don't know if you knew that, Tyler. Come April of this year, it's like in the courts or some shit. I could be wrong about this, but there's actually going to be voted on to revenue share with the players.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just going to be Johnny Carlott down the way signed an NIL deal with Shador Sanders is going to give that dude millions of bucks, or Dave Portnoy just went and landed the quarterback from Michigan. It's going to be actual revenue share from the college itself to the players. And then at that point, they make the Holiday Bowl. You better fucking be there because we're paying you.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna give Anthony his little segment that we need to have right now. We're gonna hit it for 1 minute before we start this shit right here.
What is it?
How about Ohio trying to ban
Yes, I forgot all about
Michigan
this.
and other schools bringing the flag to the middle field? Just let's give Anthony his 1 minute.
Guys,
No.
and you know what's so funny is I got a call from my friend Chris who watches this thing every week and is a big Ohio State fuck. And I just said, how soft could you possibly be? And when they talk about this generation of young guys and young kids and how soft they are, everybody's soft. Like, that is the softest, biggest bitch-made move I've ever heard in my life. Guess what you could have done? Beat us. Texas planted the flag in the middle of the field in Ann Arbor when they beat the shit out of us in week 2. Was there any pushing and shoving and fighting? No, we got our ass kicked. We lost, and we lost like fucking men and went back to the locker room. That's a typical pussy Ohio State thing to do. That's all.
Okay, that's all. I just needed to get that. I wanted that.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I looked at our notes and I was like, oh shit, there's something that needs to be addressed real quick.
100%. I think that's like, how soft. Like, dude, people, they're gonna want to plant the flag now because they know it's gonna make you go cry. Wet down your fucking leg, dude. Unreal.
I fucking love it. Okay, so I'm looking at this bracket that you pulled up
here. This is Anthony's bracket.
It looks like he got 7 of the 12, if I'm counting right.
Yeah, Texas, Oregon, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Irish,
and Penn State.
7.
Penn State. So I got 7. Okay.
And your championship is fucked. Just like mine is. Just like mine is. You know, they're playing on New Year's Eve, big dog.
New Year's morning, baby.
We have breakfast. Flip it over to Brad's.
No, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's even morning better. New Year's Eve.
Yeah, flip New Year's Eve, not New Year's morning. Not New Year's morning.
Yeah.
They don't even get that much credit. Okay, so I got
Brad's pretty good too. Texas, 5, Ohio, Penn, Georgia, 6, Boise, Oregon,
7,
Irish.
Damn it.
7.
Oh man, I don't even remember.
I know Hortons is fucked.
I don't even remember mine.
Hortons is fucked.
No, mine was pretty close. Mine's pretty close to your guys's.
I think it was all real close.
I think I'm also 1 out.
Oregon
or 7.
Ohio,
2, 3,
Clemson,
4,
Boise.
5.
Dude, you're 7 too.
Oh, I got 6. 7.
I got the Irish. I got Ohio. I got Clemson. I got Boise. I got Oregon. I got Texas, and I got Georgia.
7.
We all got 7. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Hey, but he's the only one with a shot.
Yeah, the only one with Georgia making it.
He's got a shot. He's got a shot, baby.
Dude.
The problem is the committee fucked up that bracket, and those guys,
my final 4 unfortunately cannot be a real thing.
Yeah, not the way it went. But that's awesome, though, man.
Because
that's pretty cool.
Actually, Texas to the semifinals against Ohio or Oregon is what it would be.
Yeah, so you can get 3 out of the final 4.
Yeah.
What my only bitch and moan before we move on to the NFL. Even within this bracket, you can make a case for this. You were talking about like week schedules or whatever. Penn State, they played in the regular season. They played Ohio State, right? They were the 6th ranked team when they played them. Outside of Ohio State, they played 1 ranked opponent this year, and it was Illinois. They were ranked 21st.
Talking about
outside that, they played Bowling Green. They played Kent State. They played UCLA, Wisconsin, Purdue, Minnesota. They didn't play nobody.
Who are we talking about?
They're a 1-loss team. I'm talking about Penn State.
Oh, Penn State.
Penn State, like that's their schedule. They played 2 ranked opponents, one of which was Illinois, when they were ranked early on in the season. So like, there's a case to be made that they should be the ones in that 8-9 range having to go through the Oregon gauntlet. And like Tennessee and Ohio had a much tougher schedule they should be the ones that have an easier path to the finals. Like, I think Tennessee and Ohio State should be ranked ahead of Penn State.
Yeah.
Hell,
What
I think
about-
Notre Dame.
I mean,
What about-
Ohio State beat
No,
them.
no, not Notre Dame.
I'm about to say Notre
I'll tell you
Dame. We gotta
this.
watch out.
The funny thing is, we're going to
Dirtbags.
look forward in a couple rounds, and we're going to have SEC on the top, Texas. We're probably going to end up with Ohio State or Oregon. Probably going to end up with Penn State.
You guys ready? You
Probably going to end up with Georgia.
You ready?
Probably.
Yeah, let's go.
What?
I don't know what we're doing.
Oh, you're giving your predictions already.
Just-
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that.
Just that round. Just this round. That was the only thing I had it preset.
This fucking guy. Preset. Oh, that's
I
cool.
got-
You can do
I
that
got-
for us next week when we
Yes,
do
I
our
will.
Okay,
I'll set it up.
so
when we do our predictor.
hold on, Anthony. Just real quick, looking at his. We agree on
What do you
Texas,
think?
right?
He has Tennessee knocking off Ohio State.
I struggle with that one,
Okay, the only reason I was
but
thinking
I like it. I like it.
the reason I
struggle,
like it
though.
is
I
I
hope
think I just think Tennessee looked good, bro. Tennessee's looked good lately.
And then
Yeah.
I agree on Penn State. I mean,
I think this is a
Notre Dame,
pretty easy
Indiana,
round.
Can Indiana
that-
go in there and beat them?
That's gonna be tough. That is gonna be a tough environment.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm
What
looking
Notre
forward to
Dame
that
struggles
game.
with is defending the pass, and Indiana throws the ball pretty well. Oh, I can't wait, man.
So hey,
Yeah.
let's do this real quick and then we'll get off of it. And there was no prep for this, so it is what it is. These 4 first round games. Give me 1 through 4, the ones you're looking forward to the most.
Tennessee, Ohio is my number one.
That's your number one? Okay.
That's my number one.
I think I agree with you there. I think Tennessee,
It's-
Ohio is number 1 for me.
To me, that's number one.
I
feel like
Indiana,
I feel
Indiana,
like,
Notre Dame is number 2 for me.
me too. I agree.
Because like
probably there.
I guess it makes us like
It's gonna be
judge Notre Dame a
cold
little
as-
better.
It's gonna be cold as fuck. Like Indiana, it's gonna be night game. Like
The other two games, I think, are just kind of like.
dude,
I'm excited to watch them, but
I'm telling you right now, and if it happens, we can clip it. Something smells in Texas. Quinn Ewers is playing like shit.
he's not
Well,
playing well at all.
Did you hear him
But their
come out and
defense is
say?
good.
I'm telling
Did
you,
you hear
and
him come
I
out?
think it all depends on. I think it all depends on what type of club nick you get. I would not be surprised if Clemson knocks off Texas. I'm making my predictions next week. I'm gonna chill and really think this through and embrace everything with this college football playoff. But there's something that's stinky in Texas, dude. He's not playing well.
Did you hear him?
Well, no, what'd he say?
He came out and said he's debating on not going into the NFL this year.
That would not be a bad idea because that dude stinks. And he's
Well,
probably not a top 2-round pick right now.
I don't think
in
they're
the
gonna let him stay. I think they're gonna push him out because I think they want
Well, they're
Archie
gonna-
Manning.
They're gonna say he might be hitting the portal then after this.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
I
they
don't know
want
what they
Archie.
would be waiting on. If they think that Archie's the answer, what are they waiting on? It's go time, man. So
So here's
where
my
I'm
only thing.
Struggling.
I think he comes out and struggles, and we see a Tua Jalen Hurts situation in Alabama.
Ooh.
Archie
we'll
Manning
see.
comes out in the second half. Like I don't think they're gonna give him that long of a leash. And if they do, it could be the end of Texas very early in this playoff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it, man. Clemson just doesn't look that good to me. But
It
I
just
don't know.
depends on how
We'll
good
see.
Klubnik plays, man.
But
Yeah.
Clemson looked great at the start of that game, and then SMU came storming back. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
I heard Dabo said they're actually going to spend some money this year, so we'll see what happens
That's
there.
good. All right, let's float her on over.
NFL time.
Red Rover, Red Rover. Hopefully the Chiefs trip and choke it on over. Fucking hate the Chiefs, man. It's the luckiest team in the NFL, dude. Luckiest team in the NFL.
I know. So,
Uh,
I mean, obviously, there's a monumental game this week in the Bills and Lions, and I can't wait to see what
God.
everybody's take is on that. But big shakeup. I guess not big shakeup, but I think a shakeup nonetheless in the game last night. I think it pretty much cements the Rams right in the thick of things after that win last night. I did not realize they have won 7 out of their last 9 games.
Yeah, when the Dolphins beat them, that's what made me laugh. It's like I
Yeah.
look back and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, they've been playing well, man.
Rams are hot. They're
Hey, guess
healthy.
what? Hey, guess what? I saw a funny stat. Cooper Cup.
Hey, hold on.
Cooper Kupp ran for 4.9 fucking miles and didn't catch one fucking ball, baby. Woo!
Oh,
Cardio.
boy,
Gotta
I
get
gotta
that
tell you,
cardio in.
We're gonna
All you
get into
fantasy, fantasy fans, get fucked.
I am.
Well,
I am
Domino
Anthony and
Lenore.
So Anthony's against him, but we also have him in one
Yeah.
league together. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, I will say,
Forgot about that.
I will say the Niners did a good job at giving Domino Lenore that contract because he played shutdown on Cooper Kupp all night. So that's pretty
And
wild. I
Puka
heard
really
that.
didn't get out of control either.
He had that one deep miscommunication where the safety faded over to the left, and he was wide open downfield. But
Yep.
I'll take the 97 yards
he
for
really
me for
didn't get-
fantasy too.
I was like, dude, when I looked at Steve's team and I seen that he had 17.9 points combined from those two, and I go, hell yeah, because it could have been so much worse than that.
Yep.
Oh man, I forgot how. What's our team look? Brad, are we screwed?
Well, let me just tell you, we had 2 players last night, and
Got
One was the
combined
Niners
9 points.
Niners defense, I think, got us 4 points.
That's all right.
Oh my
It's
God.
defense, baby.
And
That's
Cooper
defense.
Kupp got us a big fat 0.
Oh yeah, we're projected to get our shit pushed in.
Yeah, probably so.
Damn it!
Probably so. Probably so.
Probably
We'll
so.
see.
Don't worry,
So,
guys.
we'll
Brees
see.
Hall,
I
Brees
had
Hall's
Brock
supposed
Purdy
to play,
as
though.
well in a couple of
Brees
weeks.
Hall is going to potentially play. That could help.
So,
All right.
Yeah,
So,
that could
hey,
help.
one thing I want to talk about with coaching before we get into the playoff picture, because we talked about it a few weeks. I want to see if there's any update with you guys. Coaching carousel. Because I think he's my 3rd guy on the list, but I think Anthony's guy's going bye-bye.
oh, I
You
agree.
think Antonio Pierce is
agree.
gone?
Don't you? So let's just talk about it.
He's
Because
lost
we're
the locker
talking.
room.
I think he's lost it. Do you think? Because I've got other guys, right? Like Doug Peterson, DeBoll, Pierce, McCarthy. I still think Zach Taylor's potential, man. I do. They're not playing well. I know they won
Yeah.
in Dallas. So Stefanski with Cleveland. But the one that's intriguing to me when I look at the list is Pierce. And so it gives you a moment, obviously, to talk about your Raiders. But the thing is, everybody's saying Shador to the Raiders, right? And I have a belief that Dion does not want to stay in college football. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I told Tyler, it's funny. Me and Tyler talked about it last night because I was reading a thing that said Davis said he's going to evaluate the coach and the GM separately at the end of the season. And I actually like the GM. I feel like Telesco, he built a really good roster in LA. When he was on the Chargers, he helped draft Herbert and all that. And then you had obviously that terrible coaching staff. He did help hire that coach, but and then let him hang around. But I think he did pretty well personnel wise. My issue, the only reason why Antonio Pierce got the job is because he brought like a different attitude, a different swagger, a whole different demeanor. I told you guys this in the preseason so many times. The culture of the Raiders team is way different than it's been for the last 20 years. Well, they had that attitude going into LA week 1. They had that attitude going into Baltimore week 2. They had that going into week 3 at home against Carolina. And about halfway through that game or quarter way through that game, we lost it. And we never really got it back. When you got their ass kicked by the Panthers, I was there to watch it in person. Me and my wife were there. It's just like the fight team
What
went
a
away.
waste of money.
It's like Andy Dalton sucked the life out of that team, and they never really got it back. They beat the Browns the next week or 2 weeks after, but that was a shitty game, and it was more of a defensive game. But like, it's like they left their soul in Baltimore.
There's been a
when they
lot of
won that-
sucking. There's been a lot of sucking around Andy Dalton
And-
lately.
In my opinion, you can. I framed the two teams. The Carolina hasn't won many games this year. Carolina's only won like 2 or 3 games this year, right? But you're telling me those players on that team don't believe in that coach right now and what he's doing? Bryce Young looks better. They're competing with these top teams. They're not winning them, but they're competing. You think Gerard Mayo is losing that locker room right now? I don't think so. They're playing hard. They're fighting. They're in it. They seem to have energy on defense. Drake May's looking better. There's positive things that you can see from a team, even though they're not winning games. I don't see any of that with the Raiders right now. I don't see that personality. I don't see that swagger. I don't see them having fun. Like, I just don't see it like I seen it last year with AP. So I'm hoping, I would like to see him get a second shot. I guess I like AP. I liked what he brought to the table last year. I just don't understand why he's not bringing it to the table this year. And you don't have to be winning games to have that swag and have that chip on your shoulder. And I just don't see it this year.
Well,
So, I mean, if he's not going to bring that back, then yeah, he's probably got to be gone.
I think that, he's one that's up in the air. I think Jacksonville gets rid of Peterson.
I do too.
I think the Giants make a change. I think
I think
we've
the
already
Giants
got
clean
we've already got
house.
we've already got 3. I think we're going to end up with that 7 to 9 number. I really do. I think we're gonna
So
we're
the
gonna get close
Saints,
to it.
the Jets, the Saints. I do. The Browns and Bengals kind of weird to me. I don't know. Jacksonville gets rid of that guy for sure. Doug Peterson. The Raiders possibly. I don't know. The Giants. I think the Giants are going to go and I think they're going to get rid of. I think they're going to clean house because I think they get rid of that GM too.
Yep.
That GM is the reason why they don't have Saquon Barkley, and I think it's a wrap. The Bears need a coach. The Saints are already on the list. Yeah, I mean, it's 3 right now. I think we get to 7 would be my guess.
I think that's the number, somewhere in there.
Yep, I think 7. I just don't know about the Browns and Stefanski. I don't know about the Bengals. I don't know about the Raiders. I don't know
The
about
Browns, I feel like he's made a little bit of a run. I think Jameis may have saved him, which is kind of funny. But I mean, it's just kind of funny. It seems like they're, obviously, it seems like if he was playing the whole year, right? I mean, it seems like they would have won at least a few more games.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just my thing is another one that gets me is like, you see a team, you just get the coach and quarterback right, and look how it changes like overnight, right? So Bo Nix and Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. Like all these, I mean, I hate them. They're both in the AFC
Cokehead
West.
and Tua.
Cokehead and Tua. But it's like, Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury and Jaden Daniels. Like you just get those 2 positions right, everything seems to fall in place. We're obviously in the market for a quarterback this year, and if it means, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the building. I'm just looking at from the outside looking in. It does not seem like the same Raiders from last December to this December.
Yeah.
And they were out of it then too. So, I mean, if that means you got to go, you got to go.
Sucks. Crazy, man.
It does suck. So,
Uh-huh.
biggest disappointment. See you put this on the list here. Go ahead, Horton.
Can I get on this carousel for about 2 minutes and then I'm gonna get off and you guys can have it? It's not even two things for me. One, Cincinnati, in my opinion, has been a major disappointment. Major. I think we can all agree on that. Joe Burrow, bravo, brother. Great job. Keep killing it. But I gotta show something that's a major disappointment to me. Okay. We'll play a little video for you guys here real quick. ESPN, courtesy of ESPN.
I got to look back, man. I'm not watching it now.
You talk about.
I was putting our picks in because I realized we didn't put our picks in the thing.
We're going to talk about a bum of a player that got paid, and since he's got paid, has been dog shit. And this right here, in my opinion, was the game-changing moment in this game. Okay, you tell me what you guys think. Ready?
You talk about Debo.
Yep,
You got to be talking about Debo.
Here we go. Look at.
Yep, I already know.
Can we watch that again? Let's watch that again real quick. Listen to the stadium real quick, if you can hear it.
You can't hear it.
The entire stadium boos their own guy.
Hey, we ended up back there. Fuck yeah, Horton.
Oh, dude, he's gone.
I'm so proud of you.
He's wide open. Look at this. He catches that ball. There's nobody there. It's a touchdown. Where my problem comes into play here is, how are you going to sit there and complain about not getting the ball, and when you get the ball, you fucking drop it? I don't know, man. That shit it's mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild. I told you since I watched that receiver show on Netflix that dude was soft. That I
Soft.
didn't care for him. I said when I say soft, it's cottonelle tissue. Like that dude is just soft,
Bro,
man.
hurt in the Super Bowl. Like, can't get on the field and play, but he's sitting on the sideline. Well, George Kittle's got a bummed up fucking hamstring and limping on routes, but he's still out there on the fucking field. Because that's what you do as a player. You're getting paid, whatever millions a year to be out there. It's just, it's Brandon Ayuk goes down. Guess what? Time to motherfucking shine. It's you. This is your team. You're the star receiver now. And I don't even know if this guy's got over fucking 400 yards receiving.
I will tell you, when you talk about biggest disappointments,
I apologize.
I love it.
569. Ooh, my bad.
I love that shit.
I was a pretty big fan of Doug Peterson in Philly, and I'm a pretty big fan of Trevor Lawrence, and that whole thing is just so weird to me, which is why I think you almost have to make a change. That's one of my biggest disappointments there, and one of my biggest surprises. I hate to say that shit, but Bo Nix. I was wrong about Bo Nix. I was like, dude, if he
I drafted him in a lot of places.
If he was any good, why the hell didn't he come out earlier? Blah, 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 blah. Sean Payton, it's past him. It's like a Gruden thing. I'm wrong, man. Bo Nix is incredible in that system. I also was wrong about how quickly that I think the Chargers are going to be able to compete. And I hate that both of my pleasantly surprised are in the AFC West, but Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert, I think, could be anybody in these AFC playoffs if they get in. I think Bo Nix and Sean. I think anybody in the AFC could be anybody in the AFC. So surprised about them, and another little disappointed in Houston. Don't really know what team I'm getting there. I thought they were going to be a clear cut like 10-2 team. I think they're going to get in by default, but a little disappointed. I haven't seen more growth out of Stroud in year 2.
I think it's just that sophomore slump. Like the run, they brought in the good running back. They've got solid running back. They've got a good defense. Offensively, I don't know. Like Nico Collins has been hurt. Tank Dell's been hurt. They bring in Stephon Diggs and he's hurt. So I think there's some weapon issues on the outside they're dealing with, but I don't know. Just weird.
I'm actually going to get to go see the Dolphins game versus the Texans on Sunday. My buddy Juan hooked me up, man. Straight up. I got some tickets.
Juan Soto? Nice.
Nah, I got my buddy, man, that I used to work with, man. I got some tickets like all of a sudden in my text, man. I thought I was going to be buying some and sent me a text, man. It hooked me up. So me and Logan are going to go. But my biggest disappointment at this point, looking at the teams, I mean, the 49ers are a huge disappointment, right? Like, we have to say the 49ers. My Dolphins to a point, right? But I because I had high expectations. But Tua going down, man, was the big difference, right? Tua, he is who we are. That's so. And then the Bengals obviously are a disappointment.
Yeah.
But my biggest surprise, and I guess I can't say it was a big surprise to me because I predicted them, but the Steelers, man. Like I thought they would be the 7 seed. I really did. I thought they would sneak in 10-7, 9-8. He's never under 500. Good God, are they good though, man? That's going to be another matchup, right? There's 2 matchups this week that I'm excited to see. Obviously the Bills and Lions, but I'm excited to see the Steelers go play the Eagles, man. Eagles are playing well, so
that's going to be a good one.
Should be a good matchup, man.
I'm more bought into that Steelers team than I was in the preseason. I thought they were done. Russell Wilson's playing good ball. That defense is really good. Do you think anybody's going to catch Kansas City? Kansas City has a tough road to hoe the last few weeks here. They have Cleveland this week, but then they play I think they play the Texans. I can pull it up. I think they play the Texans, the Broncos, and the Steelers to finish it off.
I'll tell you right now. I'm clicking on them. They finish with at Cleveland, home versus the Texans, at the Steelers, at the Broncos.
Yeah.
I feel like they win 2 at least. If they struggle, I feel like they're going to go 2-2 at the least. And then when you look at the Bills, if the Bills lose this week, they've already locked up just going 2-2.
Yeah, but the isn't Steelers on their ass too.
Steelers, right? But the Steelers play at the Eagles this week. That's what I'm saying. Those are both
And then,
matchups,
yeah,
right? So if they both lose their game and KC wins one, it's already over, right?
yeah,
So I don't see anybody catching them, unfortunately. I'd love to see it
yeah,
happen,
me too.
but I think they're clear enough right now. Man, they're 2 games cleared. So
Yeah, Bill's got the tiebreaker on him though, so we'll see.
yeah, but I think I do you think Buffalo? Well, I know we're going to get to it in a minute, but it's a tough place, man. Buffalo's going to Detroit, so
Yeah,
I don't know. A lot tougher than playing in freaking L.A.
yeah, we'll get into the picks here in a few minutes. I'm thinking maybe you want to jump on fantasy now or after the picks.
Completely up to you guys, man.
Oh, we got to talk fantasy?
Are
A
we
little
gonna talk
bit.
fantasy?
Well, dude, I don't know, man. My
Well,
teams are.
I thought about this a lot since Cooper Kupp last night, and I thought about like, boy, that's got to be one of the biggest playoff disappointments. And like, then I think about like some of the biggest playoff like performances, and I think back about like Jamal Charles, like in Oakland. Remember, I
Yeah.
think it was like 2012 or something like that. I think of Kamara's 6 touchdown game in the semifinals a few years ago, and it led me down a rabbit hole up of today on the computer of fantasy performances for the year. So I wanted to ask you guys. I think you guys will be able to get through this pretty quick. I got a couple of things. There's a few things that stuck out to me. Can you name the top 10 fantasy performers this year based off of points scored, non-quarterback? Few of these should be really quick.
Saquon Barkley.
That he is number 2.
Chase is in there.
Chase is number 1. Jamar
Can
Chase
you?
number 1.
Okay, I know.
Brock
Hold on.
Bauer.
Don't let me get way off.
No.
But have you looked at Chase's receiving stats compared to every other receiver?
I know he is.
It's a joke this year.
He's almost 100 points above in fantasy points the next highest receiver.
Above Jefferson. Yes, it's insane. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to get distracted.
No.
Sorry.
So you guys got the top 2. So we got 2 out of 10. There's just a couple of them that shock me.
So what are we looking here for? I'm sorry. I got all.
Horton, don't be looking it up, jerk.
Not looking it up.
Don't be looking it up.
You can see what I'm doing right here.
Top 10 fantasy scorers for points, non-quarterback. Like
Non-quarterback.
Yeah, no, because you look at quarterback, dude, they take up like 8 of the top 10 spots. Which there's, we're gonna go through the quarterback list here in just a second.
Okay, so well.
And to answer your question,
CeeDee Lamb has had a down year, but I still think he's produced enough to be in the top 10.
He is not.
Okay. I don't think so. Are we
going
to talk? I know Jamar Chase.
We're trying to go 10.
You got Jamar Chase. They're 1 and 2.
Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. Amon St. Brown.
Justin Jefferson is 5th. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the first off the list. He's actually he has the same points, but he's in 11th spot by a few decimal points. He is the first off.
Okay, I'm just starting to now I'm just going through receivers and positions. Puka?
No,
Puka was out too long.
Oh, that's right.
Gibbs.
Oh, Gibbs should be in there. He should be in there.
7.
What about Derrick? What about Derrick Henry? Oh. Devon Achane, Dolphins. No.
Montgomery?
Wow.
Montgomery's not there, but you were saying somebody, Brad, before you went on
Derrick Henry. I thought you heard me on Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's number 3, so you got 5.
Okay. Oh, God. We're nowhere near.
There is no more receivers on this list. This is what stuck out to me the most right here. It's been so receiver heavy in fantasy for all these years.
No, it's changed this year.
It's like it goes in waves, and here come the running backs.
What about Bijan?
Bijan is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 on the list. Number 6 on the list. Yeah, you got
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams is here. Yes.
Josh Jacobs.
8, Josh Jacobs is here. Yep.
Holy shit. It's a running back here. I love it.
It is.
I love it.
And then there's one other person on this list that I'm telling you, you're probably not. I mean, I wouldn't have got it if I was doing this if I were you. and he is 4th on the list. Ahead
Okay.
of Justin Jefferson, ahead of Bijan, ahead of Gibbs, Kyron, Josh Jacobs,
And he's a
Amon-Ra,
running back?
all of them.
Is he really close
He
to
is.
me?
Could
Is he really?
be.
Is he really close to me?
I'm pretty geographically fucked up. He's not that close to you. He's
Joe
off the list. I
Mixon?
know who you're thinking about. Joe
Okay,
Mixon
so
is like 12th.
Oh, okay.
That's who I was thinking, but
Yeah.
okay, so what
It
about
was
Aaron
this guy-
Jones?
Nope. It was this guy
What the
and
fuck?
Josh Jacobs and Kyron that really threw me off. I did not realize this guy has had as good of a year as he's had.
Oh, is it Jonathan Taylor?
Nope.
No.
I'm literally like trying to think from the freaking rankings.
Jonathan Taylor is he was out for a little
God
bit.
dang, dude. I don't know.
Alvin Kamara.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well, that makes
yeah.
sense. He's played. That makes sense.
He's played. Yeah. I didn't, when I ran through it, I go, holy shit. And then there's another one, which most of these are very easy to get. Your top 10 quarterbacks. I mean, it's going to be pretty simple, but there's a couple that threw me.
Go Burrows.
Go ahead. Number 2.
Allen.
Josh
Joe,
Allen.
Lamar.
Jackson.
No, Lamar's number 1. So you got 1, 2, and 3.
Goff. I know Goff's up there.
He's there. 1, 2, 3.
Jaden Daniels
8 on
in
the
it.
list. Jaden Daniels is there. Yep. Jaden Daniels is number 7.
Bo Nix.
Jalen Hurts is there, number 5. Bo Nix, number 9.
Did Mahomes make the top 10?
No, Mahomes is not. I think
Number
I would
10.
think so.
Number
Okay.
10?
Yeah, I would think he's.
Are
Yep.
we missing? What
So
are we
Bo
missing?
Nix, and you are missing number 4 and number 6. Both of which are guys that I would not have put in my top 10 quarterback rankings going into the season.
Oh, one of them's Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield's number 4.
7. Oh,
Yeah,
he's number 4.
Baker-
Wow.
Baker Mayfield has had a hell of a year, dude.
And this other guy, I think if you would have asked us in like week 4, we'd have been like, yeah, he's a top 10 quarterback. Week 5, yeah, he's top 10 quarterback.
Sam Darnold.
He's played so
Yeah.
shitty.
Yep.
He is like the 7th ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th
Yep.
ranked quarterback in fantasy this year.
Yep.
That's pretty wild.
It is wild.
Wow.
And then the most wild of them all, that's the last one I got for you guys, is receivers. Top 10 receivers.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Anthony.
Give me the top 4. You know the top 4.
It's
Give me the top 4.
Jefferson, Chase.
Well, it's Chase, Jefferson,
Chase,
Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra, and you guessed him on the top 10 list. He wasn't there.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yes. That's the top 4. It is a wild ranking 5 through 10 here. I would never have guessed this.
Nico Collins might be up there, but he was hurt
No,
too.
he's
though.
been
He
hurt.
missed
He's
too
been
many
hurt
games.
too long.
Nico
Been
missed too
hurt.
many games.
Uh,
A couple of them I'm in love with because I own them in our Big Money Dynasty League.
God dang, I'm trying to think.
I own them in Full Throttle.
I have
Oh,
a
I
couple
don't-
of them. No, Puka's not gonna be on there either, is he?
Puka's not there. Nope.
No, it's not gonna be Cup. Is Juwan
And
Jennings
a couple
on
of
that
them
list?
make a lot. Nope. A couple of them make a lot of sense based off of their quarterback play. So you got that one's NFC.
What about AJ Brown?
AJ Brown's not there.
Hmm.
So out of the 6, you got 3 AFC and 3 NFC. Thought it might have helped you condense it down. Didn't really do that because it's 3 and 3.
I mean, it does. Dude, I don't know. Not Pickens, no, but maybe.
Nope. I'll give
DJ
you
Moore.
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
Terry
one of
McLaurin.
them's Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, we got
Scary
Terry
Terry.
McLaurin.
Yeah.
That is number 5. Terry McLaurin.
What about
is number
Neighbors?
5.
What about Neighbors?
Neighbors not there. He missed several games also.
God, I know they're all hurt. I don't know.
You know,
So you got-
I got 2 of them now. I think about it. Smith
Go ahead.
Najigba's had a stupid good year.
Yes, he is.
Smith
1,
Najigba,
2, 3, 4, 5. He is the number 7 ranked wide receiver.
and I think another guy that I didn't want to put him there, but I think he's had a good year quietly for some reason is Garrett Wilson.
Yes, number 6.
Oh God, that team's
Number
not good
6.
either.
You
I
got
don't
1,
even...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're missing 8, 9, and 10. 9 and 10. if we would have bet this dude on a parlay, betting those two or even these three combined, it'd be a Horton style bet plus like 10 million.
The only one there's
And
one
I would
guy.
tell you another thing. One of these guys, I would say, has really clawed his way in the last like 4 weeks.
Well, I was gonna McConklin.
Nope.
Well, somebody I was thinking of was really good at the start, and they've tailed off. And I'm thinking Drake London.
Yeah, he's
But
there. He's 8.
They've tailed off, but he's been good for me.
And now good luck on the other two. They're both AFC. Yeah. They just played each other a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Football and was a hell of a game.
A Monday Night Football.
You ready?
It's
Judy.
Oh God!
And Cortland Sutton.
I should have known once you said quarterback saved him. Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
You know how many times I've had both those guys on my bench and I've lost out 30 points?
Jerry Judy and Cortland Sutton. I couldn't believe it.
Jerry Judy is definitely like Jameis Winston is like a Rose, that guy from the dead, dude.
I agree. Crazy stuff.
But, do you hear what he came out and said a couple weeks ago or like last week after they about Denver? No, Jerry. Oh yeah, we don't want to talk about what Jameson says. Judy's like,
my God.
He just came out and said Denver just didn't know how to use me.
I mean, he was there in a shitty time.
Yeah. Bad quarterback.
He was there in a shitty time. Boy, yeah. Oh, Jameis Winston's wild, man.
Wow, yeah.
Well,
we're going to win this game. Jesus is going to carry us to the end.
Yeah, I don't think I'm playing you guys in any fantasy playoffs this week. So
I can't get it to load on my end for some reason. It's one to take it.
I did luck out. I played against an elite. I had a guy play Stafford, an Addicts. The guy had Cooper Kupp, and then in Full Throttle I had Cooper Kupp also. So obviously it's working against us in the NFL league, Brad. But we'll see what happens. Breece Hall is going to play, so hopefully that means we're back. So.
Oh man! All I know is I got 2 first-round buys, and that's all that matters.
I got a couple. I got a couple of those too. So
yeah,
I end up with 3 first-round buys and 3 seeds. I don't know how it's kind of weird. I don't know.
When you're that good, usually you end up losing that.
I know.
I just got to beat Jack, dude. I got to beat Jack. I talked all this shit to that guy. Yeah, I got to beat Jack.
Yeah, you got to beat Jack off. It's for sure.
I have to beat him bad, dude. I have to.
Why'd you disagree to that? Jack, he said he wanted to. Jack, you didn't hear what I said, did you?
I heard you.
Hey,
I'm so locked in. I'm beating him.
Okay, Horton, you're a baseball guy. Let me just tell you, that actually happened to me coaching third base. Okay. Listen to this. I'm coaching third base. The kid at third base, his name is Jack Kaiser. They're older. They're going to hear this and crack up. They're going to remember. The kids are like 11, 12 years old. Third base dugout, Jack's at third. I look at the kid at second base and I said, hey, make sure you don't run Jack off.
Yeah.
Trying to communicate. If he doesn't go on a pass ball, don't run here and run him off the bag. And I said, hey, don't run Jack off. And I said it loud. And my first base coach said, repeat that, coach. I said, oh, fuck, man. And the whole dugout behind me, 11 and 12-year-olds. I'll never forget that shit. Okay. Let's get into our picks. Yeah.
Let's get into we got to wrap this thing up.
Let's do it. Anthony's got drinks to get to. Let's go.
Anthony, he's got drinks of poker, right?
I'm coming back, Horton. I'm catching
I know,
your ass,
you're
dude.
slowly starting to fucking wing it.
Chipping away, man.
Well, we all got an L this week, so in the first one.
Last night, yeah.
Yeah, we do have an L. It's okay.
Let's get in this first round. Obviously, we all took the 49ers.
Horton, you're gonna kick us off. Here's how we're gonna do it, because I always lose the order. We're gonna take turns going through this, and whoever kicks us off picks first.
Gotcha.
I don't give a shit what we do.
I'm taking Kansas City.
So Kansas City's in Cleveland, right?
Yes.
4-point favorites. See, you suck at this, dude. So you got Kansas City. I also have Kansas City -4.
I'm gonna go.
This is why we can't have nice things. This fucking guy doesn't even.
Okay, so the next game on the docket, we have the Ravens going to the wonderful New York Giants.
16.
I picked the Chiefs. Ravens
cool.
at the Giants. Ravens 16.5 point favorites. Holy
Go ahead,
fuck.
Brad.
16.5. I just looked at this, even though I typed it a minute ago. That still blows my mind. The Giants suck. Let's go
They do suck.
Giants.
I gotta go Giants too. That number's too big, man. That's crazy. I've never heard of something like that.
That's how, and Brad knows this. I normally see numbers like that and I get scared. I've got the Ravens to cover this thing.
Ah,
16 and a half, baby.
Malik
Can I do a
Neighbors.
teaser? Can I do a 6-point teaser to get to 22.5?
Not here,
Please?
motherfucker.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
So we'll go. We're going top to bottom here. I don't know how we doing this.
Yeah, whatever. That's how we're gonna run it. We got the Dolphins. Brad will be there this week. Brad
Woo-hoo.
and company at Houston. 3-point dogs. I'm gonna take the Dolphins +3.
This is a get right game for Houston. I think I'm taking Houston.
I am the Dolphins getting 3.
They gotta get ready for the playoffs here.
All right, Horton, it's time to redeem yourself, brother.
Washington versus New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
New Orleans, the 7.5 dogs here. Anthony.
You pick first, bud. You teed it up.
Oh, I pick first. I'm taking the motherfucking Commanders, baby.
I am so confused on what order we are. Where the fuck are we going next?
We're going top to
Look
bottom.
at the list we typed here. Okay, so that's why I got us all fucked up. I called a game earlier that wasn't even on the board.
What
Where do
game?
you want me at?
Commanders in New Orleans, 7.5 point favorites. Jake Heiner or Hanky or whatever the fuck his name is, gonna start for New Orleans. Make your pick.
Okay, so we actually discussed this because of our bet. The Commanders on the road giving 7.5 makes me nervous. They're 0 on the road this year. The Saints suck when they don't have Derek Carr, but I 7.5. I'm gonna go the Saints. As weird as that, I don't know. I'm gonna go Saints.
I'm on the Commanders -7.5.
Okay.
So Dallas, the Cowboys are in Carolina.
Well, what did
Carolina's
Horton do?
2. He went
called
Commanders.
Washington.
Oh, okay.
So Cowboys at the Panthers. Panthers 2.5 point favorites. Give me the Panthers -2.5.
I will also take the Panthers -2.5.
Some crazy number I heard. It's like the first time in a certain amount of years they're actually favored. They haven't been favored in it's something crazy since the last time the Panthers have been favored in a football game.
Oh, that's crazy.
Are they going to
So who you
win?
taking?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I just fuck around in this whole segment just to fucking be goofy. Fucking
Your record
Cowboys.
shows.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You're taking the Cowboys?
Wow,
Yeah, fuck
we
yeah.
could tell by your record.
Buddy,
All right.
you already know what I'm doing here. I don't give a shit.
Cincinnati Bengals versus Tennessee Titans. Bengals got the 5 even over the Titans. I'm gonna go ahead and take Cincinnati cover.
Cincinnati all day. Lock it up right there. Cincinnati
Lock it up.
5.
Will Levis sucks.
It's funny. I'm gonna go Bengals.
Yeah. The Jets are in Jacksonville. -3.5 point favorites for the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets. 3.5.
Well, Brad's
I'll go
thinking.
Jets.
Oh, there he is.
I'll go
I
Jets.
will also go Jets. Jacksonville's not very good. So it's the easy one. Easy peasy.
And the next game on the docket, I think, is the game of the week.
The
We're
big
way out of
game.
order, man. We haven't even done all the 12 o'clock games yet. Good God.
Yeah,
I'm
we
all
did.
fucked up. No, we didn't.
Yes, we
Patriots,
did.
Cardinals, Packers, Seahawks, Bears,
Those are
Vikings, and Falcons.
three. Those are 3
Yeah,
o'clock,
Packers,
7
Seahawks
o'clock,
is
7 o'clock,
Sunday night
7:30. Oh man, know your
What
game
the
times.
fuck is going on? So,
What are you?
anyways,
What are you
we got
googling?
the fucking Josh Allen Buffalo Bills at the fucking Detroit Lions, the Lions Den, man. Two of obviously the best teams in the NFL. Lions -2. I am going the Lions.
This is a hard one, dude. I don't even know what I want to do.
This is my Super Bowl matchup.
Josh Allen's playing out of his fucking mind, dude. God. I'm gonna take the Bills, man. I'm taking the Bills.
Same here. Too many injuries on the defensive side for Detroit. I think the Bills I'll take the Bills +2. Pittsburgh Steelers in Philly. This is going to be a good one. I can't believe it's as high as it is. +5. 5-point underdogs for the Steelers. They are 5-point dogs. I think it's been 5 times this year they've been road dogs, or 3 or 4 times this year they've been road dogs, and the Steelers have won outright every single time. I'll take the Steelers +5.
God damn it. You took exactly what I was going to say. I'm taking the Steelers plus
baby.
the 5.
Let's
do it, Brad. Go Philly.
Steelers. Okay, Phillies. You didn't catch it? I said Phillies.
Yeah, I heard you.
Fuck,
We heard you.
Come on, man. All right, let's go, Eagles. Let's do it.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Chargers. The Bucks going into Los Angeles as 3-point dogs. Baker Mayfield's been playing good ball, but the Chargers have been throttled up lately, so I got to take the Chargers to take this game.
Same. Chargers -3.
Bucks.
He's just going to go opposite every time we go together.
No, I told you guys about this game in the chat.
He did.
This game is, look, -3 in the NFL is a pick'em game in a neutral site. That's the way the odds makers do it. So the odds makers think they're just as good.
Anthony, what time you got to get out of here?
I got to be done in the next 5 or 10, so we'll run through it. But
quicker.
But I was going to tell you real quick about this game. They just cleared Herbert off the injury list. My bet is that number climbs to about 4.5 now.
Yeah,
I bet you that game climbs to about 3.5, 4, something like that. Now Herbert is off the injury list and ready to roll as of right now. So we got the Colts at Denver. Denver -4. I'm going to take Denver.
Denver.
Oh, baby. Patriots at Arizona. 6-point dogs. That's a tough one. Arizona's been disappointing.
No, I got New England, man. I like Drake May. He's been playing good football.
I got New England +6 as well.
He's been playing good football, man.
We're all on the Pats. No, I'm not. I'm going Cardinals.
I wish this was in Lambeau. I think it'd be easier, but the Packers are in Seattle, 2.5-point favorites on the road, which is eye-opening because you get the 3 points for being at home. So really, they think this is more of like a 5.5 for the Packers. I'm gonna take the Packers to win this game.
Also on
minus
Packers.
2.5.
Also on Packers.
Packers.
What else?
Bears on the road at Minnesota. Minnesota -7. I'm going to go the Bears.
Same here. The Bears. Horton said the Bears too. The Bears 7.
Last
7.
one. Atlanta Falcons
Here we go,
-4 on the road at the Raiders.
Raiders +4.
I want to say the same thing because the Falcons are just so fucking much a disappointment.
It'd be such a Raider thing to do to win this game, even though they probably shouldn't. But I will be rooting for
Who's playing quarterback?
I'm just gonna say one thing real quick.
I don't know. Aiden O'Connell's still in and out. I don't know.
Bijan Robinson. That's all that needs to be said in this game. Falcons all the way.
Yeah, until the Raiders know. I mean, I think I have to go to the Falcons until we know what the hell's going on with quarterback.
If Aiden O'Connell plays quarterback, I like the Raiders to cover. If he doesn't play, I
do
like
too. I actually think they can cover with the Raiders. Okay, let's do this. Let's do our bet so we can get Anthony out of here.
Oh, baby, yes. Horton, dude. You got to kick us off here. You are the big winner of the week.
Yeah, I did. I won a big old fatty win off $50. Won $804. This was the original bet that was produced.
Sad that he didn't bet it in real life.
I was going to, and I just didn't get around, and I lost out because the Boise game had already played that Friday night. But it is what it is. Now, with that being said, I'm going to show you my new big bet, big boy bet.
Oh my God! Here's the thing.
I know
what's about to happen.
It is a singular bet.
I knew it.
It is a singular bet. And
yeah, let's
you
go.
ready?
Come on.
Did you put all of it in?
No.
Hurry up, put it all in there.
300
Oh,
$354. I got Cincinnati -5, Washington's -7.5 for
Oh, he went to 7.5.
909.49. Yeah, I went
That's
for
not
it
as
all.
crazy as I thought you were gonna get, Horton.
I
Being
mean,
honest.
it leaves me with 500 next week when I lose.
I think next week is the money week.
That's
for
why
us.
I'm
It is
trying
gonna
to
be a big
save.
week.
Trying to save some money because I couldn't really
with the
build
college playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one I didn't get too
Okay.
crazy. I got a little conservative, but if I'm going into next week with over $1,400, yeah, y'all can say good luck. We'll fold over to Anthony.
Okay.
God, look at all this junk all over the place.
we were all trying. The good thing is we're all in the green, man.
Yeah, we're
So
on the green
Yeah,
for
that's
once.
all we've been hitting.
we're all in the green right
We've
now. We've all made some money. If people actually followed our stupid shit and placed it, which is stupid, they actually probably
No.
made some money. So
No.
Most of these are
So here we
pretty
go.
good bets. These are like legitimate bets.
This is my bet today, two of which I put on TikTok earlier, right before we started for the lock of the week, lock of the day picks. Anytime you can get Rudy Gobert points, assists, and rebounds at 20 plus, that's a lock. I go back and I bet you they played 20 games this year and he might not have hit that one or two times. That is an absolute lock. Colin Sexton is the other one, alternate down to 2 rebounds. I got Devin Booker with combined points and rebounds at 30 plus. Jaren Jackson, same run as Rudy Gobert, points, assists, rebounds at 20 plus, and Nikolai Jokic, 18 plus for rebounds and assists. 50 will win me 123. I had to get some action on the college game this week. I got Army, teased it down to 2.5, and I got the under on 44.5. I just could not let the weekend go without getting some form of college action. Big bet of the week, which I think we all agree on here. We put some of our personal funds onto this. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. The only one I worry about is Lamar in case there's weather there. I checked the weather in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and it gets sloppy or something like that on that turf. But other than that, I like Lamar to hit 250 and Josh Allen to hit 250 passing and rushing combined. I'm putting $200 on that to win 355. And then my favorite bet of the week is the Commanders to cover 6.5. I got it down to 6.5. The Bengals, I actually teased that upward. It was a -5. I got it up to 6.5 to gain a little points. And then I teased the Steelers to within 7.5 to put 100 to win 526. And then my Hail Mary of the week is Chiefs to cover 4, Commanders 7.5, Panthers -2, Bengals -5, and Broncos -4, 25 to win 550.
I'm okay with that one hitting because if that one hits, mine hits, and we're great.
Yeah, damn right, bro. I'm surprised nobody else put it in. I wondered if you guys were gonna put it in.
I was debating on doing that, but I didn't want to be a slouch, so I went for something a little more aggressive. I think we got money on the 3 on the left hand side, the 2-leg, the 5-leg, and the 3-leg. Correct? I think we got personal money on all 3 of these. Or at least I know I do.
Like
not a lot because I'm poor, but we'll go to Brad so we can get this over. Brad's got a bunch of good ones too. God, there's so many.
All right. So look, tonight's NBA. I don't normally do NBA, but fuck it, man. We're playing to make some money here. So 4-leg. I actually did a 6-point teaser. Gets me to plus 180. San Antonio plus 2.5 tonight. Denver just got to win by 1. Philadelphia got to win by 1. And then look at that, man. Cleveland 6-point teaser all the way down to 11. They were favored by 17 tonight. So that's 50 to win 140. I did get a little action on the college football this weekend too. I actually did not tease down Army though. I think Army will handle Navy. Sorry, Pops, rest in peace. South Alabama money line. So those two right there, 50 to win 121-38. Then I'll work my way to the NFL. Got a couple different ones. I've got a 3-leg, 6-point teaser. Bump Detroit up to 3.5, getting 3.5. I've got Miami getting +9 on the road, and Cleveland actually getting 10 at home. That 44, it's an odd number, right? They haven't blown nobody out, so that 44 is kind of odd. That's kind of my money left over, so that's 105.60. Then to the other side, obviously wanted to put a little bit on the Dolphins game because I'm going to be there. So on the first 3-leg prop bet, I've got a chain. You'll see him a few different times through here. 70 plus for rushing and receiving. I've actually got Nico Collins getting 60 plus receiving yards, and Chuba Hubbard, which I think this number is pretty easy for what he's been doing, 80 plus rushing and receiving, 50 to get me 104.88. Another 3-leg prop bet. This is all the Dolphins. Tua 250 plus, Tyreek 60 plus receiving, and Waddle 50 plus receiving, 50 to get me 113. Then I got a little 2-leg parlay. This is kind of my bigger money one this week. I bumped Miami up to 6.5 on the road against Houston, and then I've got that a chain number there again. That's 200 to win me 382. And then a 3-leg parlay. Tampa Bay getting 6.5 on the road at LA, Miami getting 6.5 at home, and then I am picking the Detroit Lions money line at home versus the Bills. 50 for 187.94.
Ballsy.
Big balls, baby. Well, once again, guys,
Well, I can't wait to see how this shakes out and see where
Yeah.
we stand next week.
Yeah, it'll be fun, definitely. Just remember, guys, on Twitter, on TikTok and Facebook, we try to throw out a couple bets out there that we're actually physically putting money on that we consider our locks of the day. If we don't consider a lock and we put a bet up there, we'll let you know, hey, this is just a fun one if you want to try to dabble into it, like that Niner trash that we did.
By the
last
way,
night.
I'm 21-2 since Thanksgiving Day.
21-2 since Thanksgiving.
I haven't put anything out this week because the NBA slate's been real weak. It's been like 2 games a night. Last night game, I didn't really feel confident in anything to put out. But based off of the NBA ones, I liked the 2 I put out today. So we're looking to go 23-2 tonight.
Yeah, but once again, guys, thanks for jumping in. Once again, I'm Tyler, Brad, and Anthony. Hopefully you guys tag along, follow, like, subscribe. Remember, gambling, it's an addiction. If you don't got the money, don't do it. Other than that, y'all have a safe night. We'll catch you on the flip.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we hope you join us again. If you could, please give us a like, subscribe, or follow at any of these social medias right here. And if you have any questions or concerns or something you want to discuss, please send us an email at tiltedpodcast24@gmail.com. Thanks, and have a great day.